Hi, I'm Andrew from Paycove. Today we're going to show you how Paycove works with Pipedrive CRM. Paycove is an automated quoting and invoicing tool that allows you to take all that amazing data that you spent all of that time putting into Pipedrive and use it to create custom quotes and invoices, getting you paid faster with a whole lot less manual effort. Let's show you how to get started. Simply click go ahead and get set up for the trial here. You'll select Pipedrive, and from there you'll click Next. We're coming out with one-click authorization soon that'll automatically move over here. But in the meantime, you can just click your API token. To get your API token, simply just go to your settings bar and select API and copy and paste. Now I'm going to go ahead and move over to an already integrated account here that's also been set up with Stripe as a payment processor. We allow for multiple payment processors within Paycove, including Global Heartland, Molly, and a number of other solutions. Feel free to schedule a demo with us to ask more about payments. Today, we're going to focus on how Pipedrive works, and I've just used Stripe as a placeholder. Now, before you go ahead and get set up in Paycove, it's going to ask you for the first time what different stages you'd like to go ahead and set up within Paycove to automatically send out quotes and invoices. And when an invoice is won, what stage you'd like it associated with. Now, the way it works here is that you do not have to use quoting. However, some companies like to have an e-signature, for example, or a quote that's separate from the invoice. Once the quote's been accepted, it automatically triggers over the invoice stage, and the customer automatically gets redirected to a page to be able to pay, but you do not have to use the quoting feature. Today, we'll show that, though. You also need to set up, obviously, once the deal is won, what stage you want that associated with, generally your one stage. So I'll go back into our settings tab over here, and you can actually see that I've set up our pipeline to have Paycove quote, send Paycove invoice, and mark deals won as our stage, because those are the ones that I have associated here in our deal. I've got two different deals here, Dunder Mifflin, which is already in the quote stage, and Hooli. So let's take a look. In Hooli, I want to add a product. So I'm going to go ahead and add our demo product in here. Demo product comes out to $300, updates the deal with $300, great. I also want to say that this actual demo product is because they're a light customer of ours. I put this all information. Of course, you're going to have different CRM settings on the side. Whatever information you have on your deal, organization, or person level, you can actually customize here within Paycove. So before you even go ahead and do your first input, you can decide what deal fields. So for example, I want our subscription plan to show up in the description. And then for our organization fields, I'd like, for example, in the payment notes, the email field to go ahead and show up in details. You can pull all those different fields right here, and I'll show you some other additional things you can do to even further customize that. You can set up your tax rates. You can also set up, if you're an international customer, the language. And once you've gone ahead and set up those different things the way that you want, and the language that you want, with the taxes that you want, you can go ahead and import your invoices. Now, once you get an import, or in your quote invoices being imported, you'll sync that data, and they'll be pulled in there. And you can see, for example, that I have Dunder Mifflin over my Send Paycove quote category, and it's already in here. These are from some deals we've done previously, so don't worry about those. Now, Hooli, let's say they're ready for the quote. I want to send them over to that stage. Simply by dragging them over, or in the deal moving into there, and then moving back to Paycove to sync that, you can see automatically we've generated a quote. And that quote, because I went ahead and put certain things on there, hey, I want to have certain things show up certain places. They're the way that I've set up right here in those custom fields. You'll also see, for example, the invoice number. You'll have your different company's logo up here, as well as line item products and subscriptions, which we'll get into in a second. This is what it looks like for your end customer. You can always go back to the deal in Pipedrive by clicking this button right here. And you can also see, once a deal's been created, in the activities feed, a link to that different deal or that quote has been actually generated as well. We're adding more features, including the ability to download PDFs in this particular activity feed. But right now, it's just an easy way to link between the two systems. You can, from here, do a number of different things. You can either manually send the invoice, or if you choose to, you can actually, in the settings of Paycove, decide that you want to automate your different quotes and invoices. So once you've automatically moved over to the stage, an email with that link to the invoice is sent without you manually doing anything. We have some customers who like that manual control, and some prefer to automate the entire process. Either is possible in Paycove. From here, you can go ahead and actually preview what it's going to look like for your customer. So once they get a quote, they're going to actually see it looks like this. They'll get an email, which you can customize, which I'll show you in a second, that allows them to go ahead and click a link that takes them to a PDF, or excuse me, a full online PDF that allows you to download a physical PDF or accept or decline that quote. If you accept it and you have e-signature turned on, simply go ahead and have the customer will type in their name, confirm they want to accept the quote. And you can see right here, once that quote's been accepted, you'll see two different things change on the invoice here. It'll move over to our invoicing stage. So this will actually move over to a pay invoice button, and it'll actually let us know when the quote was signed and who it was signed by. Again, this is all customizable in terms of language, in terms of a one-off basis. If you've got one customer in one country versus another, all these things are fully customizable with Paycove. Now you can also see something pretty interesting just happen back in our Pipedrive account. Automatically, because that quote was accepted over here for Huli, it was moved to that send Paycove invoice stage without me doing anything on the Pipedrive side. I have it cut away. You can see it's been one stream with a couple of probably stutters on my part on the voice side. So you can hear, obviously, that it's really important here to make sure that you understand the real magic of Paycove is that you can live in Pipedrive, and very rarely, once you set it up properly, even go into Paycove, because it's going to automatically move through these different stages and get you to where you need to go. Once they've actually made that payment, and you can see, for example, here, credit or debit card, I'll put in Andrew, and once the transaction's gone through, you can see the payment's been made, and it's going to actually be updated. This is in the demo version, so it looks a little bit different. But that invoice here, when we go back in, has been moved to that one stage. Our stage is automatically moved to one deal in our situation in Pipedrive, but you can see it's actually been moved all the way through the process. Payment's been complete. You can see that whole process has moved through. So we're in a staging right now, so it takes a little bit longer because we're in the sandbox mode. Again, the whole idea here is you can live in Pipedrive and then actually go ahead and rely on Paycove to automate these processes as much as possible. Now, I want to show you a couple other quick features here, because I really do think that's one of the most important things here that we can do to save you time and work around your particular workflow. So I'm going to show you, for example, the Products tab. Now, within Paycove, you actually have the ability to go ahead and import your products directly from your Pipedrive account, as well as your pricing plans if you're using a processor, for example, like Stripe. So if you've got a lot of different, if you're a SaaS company and you have recurring plans or subscription billing that you'd like to do, you can go ahead in Paycove and associate that product automatically with your pricing plan or subscription billing, so that when you add in that product, for example, if back in a different deal that we want to go back over to Dunder Mifflin, we actually, we want to add a subscription. So I'm going to go ahead and add a subscription. And it's $200 a month. I've got that in there. It's going to update my deal. Again, people have different settings for how they want to have these deal totals reflected in Pipedrive. In a demo, we can kind of customize this workflow. But the real kind of magic of what you can do here with Paycove is you can pull up that product and associate that with whatever recurring plan that you have there. So automatically, once that customer makes that payment, it'll start working on that subscription billing without you have to every single month sending that out or updating that plan here. And again, it will actually update back in Pipedrive. So once that deal's been accepted, it'll move over to the payment stage, so that these numbers here in your total pipeline will be real-time correct for exactly what is still needs to be paid and what actually has been paid and closed. And again, it'll update in real time as soon as people make the payments or accept the quotes here in Paycove. I'll also go ahead and point out here that we can add in our own products if you're not using products here with Pipedrive. So that's another feature that we do have. But with their integration with us, most of our customers using Pipedrive use Pipedrive products and then just like to go ahead and set them up either just to go ahead and have a one-time price associated here, and which will be imported automatically, or if it's a subscription, using Paycove essentially is a bridge between those two different systems, their payments and their CRM through us. Last two things I'm going to show you here before last couple customization features. We do allow you to show payments and when they've been made. over time. You can refund, view these invoices, search. You can also go ahead and look at specific customers. You can see, for example, with that customer, how many invoices, the details, subscriptions, payments have been made, information that you'll be able to see in one easy place, as well as most likely in your payment processor. Just kind of an add-on portal to allow to track that if you want to just do that all within Paycove. The final thing that I'll show you here is some of the customization. So you, of course, can customize your logo, company information, your point of contact, quote or invoice number, anything that you want to have across the board in terms of terms or notes. But one of the coolest features we've actually come up here recently is invoice templates. So we have a new feature, which is these liquid fields or custom variables. So any different CRM field that you have associated, like for example, a subscription plan, we can actually go ahead at the deal, contact, or organization level, pull in that liquid shortcode or that custom field and display that anywhere we'd like in the actual invoice. We can also do quick formulas. So for example, if based on when they've accepted, they have 30 days and we want to generate those terms, we can work out a simple formula either on our side or help you guys. And a lot of our customers are pretty technical and love to do it themselves. Build out that formula. So when we go back to the actual invoice and what that looks like, I'll bring up again the example right here. We can have these fields populated with whatever customized things, including images or formulas they'd like to have here in terms of terms, text, or custom fields displaying where they'd like them. Additionally, we do also custom build outs if you want something aesthetically a certain particular way or like a particular radically different change in how we lay things out. And we do that really affordably. So of course, just contact us for a demo for an estimate. Additionally, I want to point out here is that we have one of my favorite features, which is reminders, because of course we are all in this to get paid, and we can automatically go ahead and remind your customers based on the number of days since they have not paid it to please pay that invoice or accept that quote and move the deal along. I'm going to point out too here, since a lot of Pipedrive customers are international, in taxes, you can see, for example, we do allow for international taxes. We allow for international payments, be it SEPA, ACH, wire. And so we work with a lot of people around the world. We also do have languages, which you can see, for example, in your account details, you can change the language settings here. So if you are an international customer, feel free to let us know. Sometimes our translations, as we keep adding new countries, are not always accurate or as accurate as they should be. So please feel free if you notice a typo or something that doesn't quite match up to your language to let us know. We're trying to make it the best international product that we can. Finally, again, you can set up your Stripe or Molly account here. We're adding in a new integration with Global/Heartland payments, which is going to be great for our international customers as well as US ones. But if you just get checks, you can put that information in right there as well. From there, again, I really encourage you to go ahead and check us out at our website, paycove.io. From there, you can go ahead and actually schedule a demo if you'd like to see specifically how it could work to hopefully help your workflow by just filling out a form down here and requesting one of our team members contact you. And then, the one thing I would just mention is that, we have built this product and we continue to add more features pretty much every week. So make sure you come and check back our different channels here to see what new features we've added. And if you have any questions, reach out. Again, I'm Andrew from Paycove, and this is our integration with Pipedrive. Thanks for checking us out.